everyone. My name is Zoey.Mills, and I am the Head of Reference Services at the Charlotte and William Bloomberg Medford Public Library, located in Medford, Massachusetts, just a few miles outside of Boston. Today, I will be providing a quick introduction to Ancestry Library Edition. Here are the goals for this presentation. First, I want to take a little bit of time to explain what Ancestry Library Edition is and how it is different from Ancestry.com. Then, I will jump into accessing the database and what content is made available for you in the library. Finally, I will highlight some tips and tricks and resources that can help you in your genealogical research. Ancestry Library Edition brings the world's most popular consumer online genealogy resource to your fingertips at the library. I want to quickly note, however, Ancestry Library Edition is only available within the library. There is no remote access at this time. Ancestry Library Edition is an unprecedented online collection of individuals from North America, the United Kingdom, Europe, Australia, and other countries. Some popular collections include the United States collections, Canadian collections, United Kingdom collections, and other international collections, military collections, and multimedia collections. What is offered on Ancestry Library Edition is mostly record-based collections, so that might include census data or birth, marriage, and death certificates. I want to take a brief moment to highlight the differences between Ancestry Library Edition and Ancestry.com. As the library suggests, skipping the subscription and using the free database instead. Ancestry Library Edition is free to library patrons. In fact, you do not need a library card to access the database, whereas Ancestry.com is a subscription service. International content is included in Ancestry Library Edition, but it is not included in the subscription service. There is no DNA component to Ancestry Library Edition, but the DNA component is available through the subscription service. When using Ancestry Library Edition, researchers follow their own trail besides the assistance offered by library staff. The subscription service, however, provides AI research assistance, which is the little green leaf. And finally, there is no social aspect to the Ancestry Library Edition in the family trees and message boards. They are read-only. On Ancestry.com, you can publish family trees and connect through the message boards. Now, I want to show you how to navigate to Ancestry Library Edition. Again, I want to note that you can only access Ancestry while in the library. There is no remote access available at this time. As I mentioned earlier, you do not even need a Medford Public Library card, though we highly recommend getting one. To get to Ancestry Library Edition, you are going to navigate to www.minlib.net. Once you are there, click Online Resources. Find Ancestry Library Edition and click Open. Once it loads, you can begin searching. A large portion of the content found in Ancestry Library Edition is census information. According to the 72-year rule, the National Archives releases census records to the general public 72 years after Census Day. As a result, the 1930 census records were released April 1, 2002, and the 1940 records were released April 2, 2012. The 1950 census records were released in 2022. Not only does the census provide information about your family, it also sets the scene for the area, like ages, professions, and more. It is important to note, however, that census data is handwritten, making it difficult for searching as there are typos or general human errors, so get creative with your search strings. Another large portion of the data found on Ancestry Library Edition are certificates, which include birth, marriage, and death certificates. Similar to the census, they are sometimes handwritten. If your relatives are alive today, ask them questions about names, addresses, and more to make sure you're spelling everything correctly. For example, you may think your grandfather's name was Jack, but their birth name could be John or Jonathan. When searching, you may come across records that do not have a PDF file to download. This data is called vital records. Vital records, however, can still be really helpful in locating relatives or placing them in a time and at a particular place. One of the more fun features of Ancestry Library Edition is the yearbook collection. Ancestry Library Edition has yearbooks from 1900 to 2016. You can search by an individual or by a specific school. To access the yearbook collection, you click the card catalog within the search tab. Narrow down the facets to pictures and find U.S. yearbooks to begin searching. I wanted to provide you with a few searching tips. You can broaden or make your search more exact. If you add more information to the search, the more specific your results will be. But be careful, if the search is too exact, you might not find any results. There are wildcards, which in database terms means a character that substitutes for another character or string of characters when searching a database. In Ancestry Library Edition, a question mark designates a single letter. For example, if you are unsure of how to spell your surname, you can insert a question mark. Say your last name is Lehman, but you're unsure of the spelling. You can insert a question mark to cover all of your bases. An asterisk designates 0 to 5 letters. William B. Asterisk would find William with a last name that begins with the letter B, such as William Boyle. If you use quotation marks around a search phrase, it will search that specific piece of information with words or numbers. Ancestry Library Edition has a lot of charts and forms that you can download for free. The ancestral chart can help you figure out your family tree backwards rather than forwards. A research calendar can help you keep track of what is found and when. And the correspondence record helps you keep track of correspondence with family and any research assistance you might have. You have 2 ways of collecting your data: sending your discoveries home, which is receiving them by email, or direct download to a USB drive. I would be remiss if I did not mention the LibGuide that ProQuest has organized for Ancestry Library Edition. On the LibGuide, you can find videos and webinars, tutorials, frequently asked questions, and more about Ancestry Library Edition. And that brings us to the end of the presentation. My contact information is provided on the screen and in the description below. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out via email or phone. Additionally, I want to take this opportunity to plug one of our wonderful library services. We offer a service called Check Out a Librarian, where you can meet with me for an hour to discuss any technology problems you are having, any research questions like genealogy research, or anything that pertains to the library and our services. If you are interested in this service, please reach out via email or phone to set up an appointment. Thank you so much for watching until the end.